And in this lecture, we want to talk about the not so easy journey of this short that we are working on, and tell you some stuff that we learned along the way. So first of all, I'm Eli, and this is Maor, and we are a small studio called Fridaylab, and this is a quick reel of the stuff we do. Thank you. So in our everyday job, we work mainly with mobile game companies. We are generalists, we create assets, we do animation and all those stuff. But, but while we do this, we also like to create our own passion projects and stuff that will drive us, thank you. So, more video. This is a short teaser of this trophy, upcoming short, Trophy Sun.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you again. So as I started saying, we work every day and we are busy, but we still wanted to challenge ourselves and try to create something for us, to check if we're still creative and if we still enjoy this stuff. So that's what set us going on this project. You may ask if we already did something like this. So yes, we did a short one like 6 years ago.
Give me the money. I said, give me them.
Good hug and
Yeah, good hug is good. So we already did something like a short passion project. It was really long time ago, and this one took us around a month. So we said, no problem, we can upscale and do something a little bigger. So we planned our year and we put 4 months, okay? We said this 1 month, 4 months, no problem, we can do it. This was 2024. And yeah, we're still working on it. And that's what we want to talk about this journey. So we started by saying, okay, we have 4 months, let's do it. We really was hyped by all those stylized, flat 3D style, and we really wanted to hype in and try to do it and do the technical stuff ourselves and see if we can manage. Peanut, the movie, if you saw it, was a really great inspiration for us because they really managed to keep the charm, the magic of the 2D style in 3D, and we wanted to try and do something like this. And while we were searching for inspiration and concept, we preferred the more ugly stuff and uneven and rough, asymmetrical. Those some of our references of like old cartoons and a little bit more disturbing stuff, and we try to implement it into our short. So no problem, we have the style, we have the time, now we need the story.
I'm the story. Yep, so we thought to ourselves, what a great way to make a small production by just talk with great director. Maybe you're already familiar with Uri Lotan. He made like Black Slide. He was how you say when nominated to the Oscar? Nominated to the Oscar. Great director, but with great director come great responsibility. Uri have plenty of ideas. Like his mind is so sharp, so brilliant. So he was easily pulled some shelved story from back there, and it was a personal story for him about a relationship of a father and a son. We're gonna spoil you now the entire movie, but so basically, you wanna read it yourself, or I will read it? Yeah, okay. A thief, I can read it here. No, I cannot. A thief basically is breaking into a mansion, and this mansion is the mansion of Sebastian VII. Apparently, this Sebastian VII, when he found this thief and tried to catch him, he discovered this is his own son. And by this event, they slowly start like to figure out some old problems and solve them. So we have the script. On paper, it wasn't look like a lot because it's a story without words, so yeah, small script. And Uri gave the first tone for the look. He just wrote that, and we were really happy with it, and it was very, very much like we all imagined together, and was very, very strict to the reference we showed you before, those old cartoons and not so comfortable reference. Like I just said, in the script you don't particularly understand the length of the movie because there is no words, nobody's saying nothing, so how can I understand how long this movie gonna be? So quickly we start with the storyboarding, or we took the storyboarding, and as quickest as we can we put it on timeline. It was play, whoop whoop, back again, now play, amazing, wow, technology. Okay, so quickest as we could, we just put it on timeline and start to see like, okay, how much time this production gonna be? How much time the length of the movie will have? And from there, as quick as we can, we put it to a 3D animatic. Then we can already see the real camera directions, the space, the size, the scales of everything. And that was also like the best point in the production, to start like sending it to some friends, colleague, people we appreciate them, and ask, what do you think about this movie? Do you even understand the story, or basic stuff that was not so clear to us then? It's not playing, nice. So, yeah, then we can see all those stuff I already told you.
I can see for now. Yeah, hear me? Yes. I just want to add that in this particular time, we started putting some sound effects
Yeah.
Really emphasize the timing, like if a character is just moving in space and then you start hearing the tick, 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 it's really help us to imagine how quick or how slow each character moves. And that's a great tip we got, so present to you.
A splendid guy, maybe you're familiar with. We are kind of in talk with him all the time, and we send him this 3D animatic. And Luciano was already had a lot of experience in this kind of flat style 3D. And he was very kind to review the 3D animatic. He had a lot of great ideas, and one of them was very crucial. And he basically said, you must make it even flatter, okay? Because those kind of dynamic shots that most of the time in stories we search for these dynamic angles of the camera are amazing, but they are not looked very well on our characters, because our characters, our style is very flat, and those kind of angles are not appealing to those kind of characters. So it was a good tip, and quickly we change all those. You can see like up there in the frames, this is like the old shots, and down there you can see how we already flattened it. Maybe it's not as much as interesting as like camera-wise or in cinematography-wise, but it was okay, and it was crucial for us, for the style, more 2D-wise. So we are a small team, as you can see. We have then Uri, the director. It was a great benefit for us. And now we can estimate, after we did a 3D animatic and we have review from other people, we could finally understand the scale of this production, or at least we thought we can. And it was much more than we expected. And okay, we understand that. And we also, it was clear that we need more people. Like me and Eli gonna make a lot of roles in the studio. We're gonna model, rigging, many stuff. But we're not professionalists in many areas. So the team was extended. Aya Maravi was in charge for the concept art. She was developing the art from where Uri started. And Bararel was still is the sound designer, and she make the movie a movie. And we have a very simple pipeline, nothing special and shiny, but because we start like working with people from all over the world, we need some way to not override each other. So we made this kind of very simple pipeline, and it works, and that's good. So in the concept art department, Aya start like investigate those kind of characters, the main characters, and make some iteration. She was very fast to catch the essence of what we were aiming for, like inconvenient, unsettling, eccentric characters. And in those kind of old movies, Pink Panther, all those kind of reference. Later on, we really like the idea of these diagonal lines you can see there. You have these lines, even not like straight, they are like diagonal. We really like it, but that's an example that it was too much for us. We just like back off a bit from that. But from iteration to iteration, things start like to shape up, and we were very happy with the design we still have today there. I made also posing sketches. That was a way for us like to understand how we're gonna reach to the rigging and topology, how wide are those expressions gonna be, and how we're gonna tackle them later. Also in the environment, everything was have some kind of rules. Nothing is nothing have like a straight lines. Okay, everything is a bit like shaky. Everything is over exaggerated. House is tall, where the people lives inside is short. Okay, the houses and everything inside him like really look huge, but the people themselves are like tiny inside. Some kind of uncomfortable luxury. Everything in the props side was also like leaning on the side, non-symmetric, shaky, and almost like they are going to fall. Aya also like made this amazing notes about all the small details from different angles, and even like how topology gonna flow, or at least she thought she know how it's gonna be flown. And later on, we just jump in and start like modeling and makes everything for real, for 3D real. Luckily, people jumped to the party and was very happy to help us voluntarily. Even the smallest thing that someone could take, even like a chair, whatever, could be a great help for us. So, as you can see, we took this kind of guidelines, shaky lines, and everything is a bit bent. You could also see like what Aya is writing there, like everything seems like it's almost falling, nothing is holding in place. And we use lattice, you can see here when I activate it and disactivate it. We use lattice to bend things that are gonna be look like in 2D cartoons, when you see stuff that are you probably won't gonna see from a perspective of the camera, okay? Like, if you look at the concept art, you will see like the size of this draw, or the frame, you will see the handle, the back handle. But if a real camera will look at it, you will never see those. But you want to emphasize this, like, in our case, like the camera is so flat, you want actually bend those models out for them to be seen. And again, couches like over-exaggerated. They are huge, tall. If you would see the father sit on this, it's not so comfortable for him. And yep. Okay, we have the car here. Just a moment, I have, how you say, mind fart? Like notes, piano, nice. And there is no better way to show you the house, nonetheless than a tour inside the house.
There, and welcome. Do follow me. As we step through the front doors, we find ourselves in the grand entrance hall. Look around. The walls are adorned with exquisite family portraits, each one painted with care, each gaze holding a story of generations past. Now, into the main hall. Ah, there it is, the piano. Elegant, timeless. It's been here for decades, filling these walls with music and memory. And just above the fireplace, at the very heart of the home, you'll see it, the family's most treasured heirloom. A magnificent trophy passed down through the ages, a symbol of legacy, honor, and perhaps just a hint of mystery.
All right. Now for the characters. So we make a quick POC, a proof of concept, to see how we're gonna make those shapes, those flat fill in 3D. It was not obvious then, and we didn't want like to actually know how the topology gonna be, how like the rigging gonna be. We want just to make pure 3D out of it and check how it's look like. And we sculpt it, do whatever need, just to convince the idea. And we think it's pretty similar. And then it was a good time for Aya to give us some review and some tips about how to make it even better. Hooray. Later, we start with R&D, research and develop. And in this phase, we want to separate completely the design out of it. Just put the most basic meshes and start understand how we gonna fake this kind of flatness from all angles. How this character gonna be looked from this side and gonna be turned to the other side. And it was important to really take it as a research and search it from the technical side and nothing more than that. And we got a great solution. We just figured out we're gonna use those as separate shapes and use custom normals magic to blend them together as needed. That was, for us, the best solution because it's gonna give the animators the flexibility to shape the face in whichever way they want. And yes, at first we used Joy Carlino solution. He had a very nice way of this creating those spore characters easily. He hacked it through the shader. But later on, after Blender 4.5, we had this amazing custom normal node, and we could do it much more natively. So it was a good solution, and we were happy with that. But as you can see, this character looked terrible from specific angles, so we need to keep it always looking to the camera. So we just start to implement some kind of constraints, okay, because we don't want animators to just mess around and everything will be, and each shot start to pull stuff in specific place. So we made it easy for them to start with. We use the pose library, and we make a kind of rules with the rig itself to have those appealing places where the head looks okay. We really like the strokes in the concept art, and we want to adapt them to the 3D design. Sure, it was very easy because we have a grease pencil in Blender, but we didn't want, once again, that that someone gonna be paint those lines each frame or each, I don't know, 10 frames. So once again, we put it under the constraints of the rigging. We just use geometry nodes and convert those curves to geometry nodes, to grease pencil, and then we could control the translations of the animation with the same rules of 3D rig of characters. So it was much easier, much more expected. You could expect what you're gonna have with that. You have the flexibility, but still things are much more in control then. And okay, we need for this specific shot a lot of characters, as you can see back there, right? And the baddest way you should do it, it's probably now modeling all those kind of variations of characters. So we solve it with the geometry nodes and make some kind of generator for those characters. We see something? No. Double click, remember. So each one of these, of those crowd people, very simple one, by the way, are generated by this system. You can just they follow the action. You can just adjust how much, how tall they will gonna be, how thin they will be, and which skin color, skin tone they will have, etc. And the principle was very nice. In geometry nodes nowadays, we don't have like bones inside. So we cannot make this kind of animation of character with still keeping the volume of the mesh, of the bodies of those characters. So the skeletons are like actually lines, they are edges. Okay, and those function as skeletons. All the animation, all the aiming system you just saw, that happened on the skeleton of them. Later on, I use like the mesh to curve to inflate some kind of topology around them. I guess that in some point when the skin modifier is going to work with the geometry nodes, it will be even easier. Or in the very future, we're going to have bones inside geometry nodes, and then it's going to be crazy. Yes, so it was good enough. They are in the dark, most of the shots, so you barely see them. You just see like blinking eyes, so maybe it was a waste, who knows. So the same principles, the skeletons, I use for each node and have variations of them and then scatter them in their seats. Next, most system that we use, sound. We made some, what are you trying to do? Okay. We made some system for breaking the piano because we didn't want to break it ourselves. And we also made some system who scatter books and make them fall in order and make them open at the right time. Wow. And now for the animation departure. Are you ready? You rest enough?
No.
No? You want another minute? Okay.
Yes, so thank you, Maor. So, regarding animation, as we said before, we didn't want our animator that worked with us to break everything, so we need to set some kind of rules. We really liked the slapstick feel of those old cartoons. So we did a little research and we really watched them frame by frame. Also, once again, we watched the Peanut movie to have more reference. And we set small guidelines. For example, it's gonna be a stop motion style. We're gonna animate on 2s or 4s, depending on the shot. We will embrace freeze and long holds. There is no problem with that if the pose is strong. But when the characters move fast and we have a camera motion, we decided to do that on ones, so we won't have this jittering problems. And also, if the character is doing some kind of crazy fast movement, we will add some duplicate limbs because we decided we don't want to have a motion blur, but we will convey it by duplicating it. So shout out to those amazing animators that work with us. And this shot, for example, you can see like in classic animation, when a character is turning, it has the right side of it and the left side of it. And you switch between them in 1 or maybe 2 frames. And that's exactly what we tried to do here. With some duplicate eyes and stretchy lines, we get this really nice feeling of rotation. Also in this shot that Yaniv did, there is a nice duplication of the hand that conveyed this fast motion. You know, you don't necessarily see it, but you feel it. You know what I mean? And it's very important, and we really liked using it. And in order to make it easy for the animators to do it without like copying all the characters and then deleting only part, and we created a really nice geometry node setup that you can just drag the character, decide if you want to duplicate a right arm, left arm, leg, eyes, and then just put it in place, set when you want it to appear and disappear, and boom, you have a duplicate limb. And also we have one that follow a curve, so you can have like crazy, nice curve shapes with some of the limbs. Music again, this movie is about musicians, so it was very important to collaborate some music at the beginning. And Bar.
Music.
Now you won't hear me. And of course, we have only 4 months, so why not create original music? So, of course, we have original music in this short, and also live players playing and recorded. And it's super fun to work with musicians that are part of the project from the early stages and influence the animation, the tempo, the rhythm, and vice versa. So, Maor, you want to wrap it up?
So, where we are now, we start lighting everything. Things start to look pretty. No music. You see? Yeah. Yeah, we're happy that we're already in this position, that we're actually lighting everything, and think that we were just imagined then looks like we better than we just imagined. And of course, rendering everything. Luckily, we are using Eevee, and it's much faster, but Eevee can be slow as well. Depends, we over-exaggerate it. Either way, so what actually we achieve from that? We didn't finish yet, so it's hard to answer that. But meanwhile, what I feel that we achieve from that. So I think for us, correct me if I'm wrong, Eli, for us it's like a best place, some kind of a sandbox, some kind of out of space, out of the boss needs to have it in this specific time or date, or there's no money, or there is money for that. It was a place for us to actually explore, to actually search for something, creativity, to work with people that are much better than us, and to be inspired by them and be pulled up by them, like the bar always need to be higher. And yeah, we learned so much out of it. We explore so many fields inside Blender, inside this production. And for me, it was and still is. I'm exhausted from that, so I will be happy it will be behind us, but soon enough. Eli, you want to say something? You feel the same? You sure? Your silence is suspicious. Anyway, it's gonna be out soonish.
Yeah.
Depends how much project we are going to have in the same time.
We can promise that next Susanna Award, it will be there.
Yep. So, thank you for listening to us, even if sometimes I'm not very clear with what I'm saying, but I'm trying to. And I hope that you learned something out of it, and it was inspiring for you, and you will learn the hard and rush, how you say, lekachim?
No.
Takeaways, thank you, man, out of it. And you have any questions? Something that was, I want to know how you made it. Yes. Yeah.
You had like a funnel. Is it a Python add-on?
No, it's add-on that built in. Yeah. When I was changing parameters inside the crowd geometry node system, he was very sharp to notice that I wasn't in the properties editor wasn't open at all. It was on the sidebar and the end part, the sidebar, yeah. And there is some add-on that's just doing that. I think it's called the modifier tool, yeah, and it's just doing that. And a lot of other things, like telling you how much power or how much performance each one of those modifiers are using, and then you understand how you went too far with your proceduralism. Yep. Okay, thank you very much.